So I'd been back for a couple of months and was still feeling like a total space cadet. A mate called me up and asked if I wanted to head up north on a mission, take the bikes and camp out for a night. Nature's always calling, and seeming as I had no wheels of my own yet, I jumped at the chance to head north for an adventure. We headed north on State Highway 1, turned left just before Whangarei, onto State Highway 15, heading west. In need of a little break from driving and to stretch the legs, we pulled over to the side of the road and headed down a track that led us to this little spot. Looks like a great little place for a swim, and by the looks of it, someone has built themselves a little pool. So maybe there's some regulars that visit this little gem. So pretty. This is a old abandoned road that has been closed down since Cyclone Bowler back in the 1980s. So I'm gonna go check it out and I'll take you along. As much as this looks like we are jumping the fence to someone's private property, this is actually a trail that you can ride. Trail Forks has it at about 6.2 k's to the end, so it's a really cool ride to do there and back. So super chill. We've been in here before, and there's abandoned cars. You can see like the old railing, like highway railing and stuff in the trees. It's crazy. It's so overgrown though, and if you didn't know what you were looking for, you wouldn't even see it. It's incredible. Such a cool place. Well, that was an ultimate fail. The track was covered in cow shit and mud and piss, so it just reeked. So there was no point riding through that at all, to be covered in all of that muck, and there was no way around it, so that sucks. Anyway, there's the brakes. They also do say that it is impassable if it's wet, so I didn't feel so bad that we had to turn back. Not happy. This is home for the night, a quaint little dock camping ground situated on a 1,450 acre native reserve. For a tent site, we paid $20 for a night. Let's go see some kauri trees. And to left. You'll find Trounson Kauri Park, located in Northland to the west, 40 k's north of Dargaville, a little town famous for its kumara growing. In 1890, when the Kauri timber industry threatened to wipe out all significant areas of Northland Kauri forest, 3.34 hectares were set aside by the government. James Trounson, an early settler, added a further 22 hectares to this and established a scenery preservation club. Trounson offered a further 364 hectares, and the area was officially opened as the Trounson Kauri Park in 1921. The park is one of the predator-free mainland islands and is home to several threatened species, including the North Island brown kiwi, the kiraru, our native pigeon, peka peka, our bats, and kauri snails. So pretty. The beautiful lush vegetation is dominated by kauri, kauri grass, kirkia, tereri, totara, rimu, kowhai, and a variety of different ferns, along with funguses, to name a few. The feeling of sharing space in such an ancient slice of natural paradise feels so deeply energizing. Kiraru can be seen by day, with patience kiwi by night. Fantails, ruru, our native owls, and many other forest birds add to the music in the forest. Okay, what is Kauri Dieback? Kauri Dieback is caused by a microscopic soil-borne pathogen. This pathogen enters the tree system via roots and affects the tree's ability to take up and distribute nutrients, causing the dieback. Infected trees inevitably die, and with the pathogen able to live dormant for long periods in the soil, the threat to kauri as the species is immense. Already well established by the time it was formally identified in 2008, Kauri dieback is now a serious issue in most of the major kauri-containing forests. Particularly noticeable in Waipua, Trounson, Waitakere, and the Great Barrier Island, the severity of the threat to the species, that is both biological and culturally significant, is not to be underestimated. The effect on the environment of the loss of the kauri is potentially catastrophic. The scale to which the kauri tree can grow, along with its accumulation of a particularly deep leaf litter, gives them a potential to be one of the largest absorbers of carbon of any tree in the world. So this is a dead kauri with all its bark stripped off. Skeleton. Look at the gaping hole in the trees. Whoa. Weta. No wetas. An ancient species. Their distinct characteristics affect the forest environment around them in a way that has developed a unique ecosystem, in which many plants and other organisms, including severely threatened species such as short-tailed bats, rely on the kauri for their existence. Here in New Zealand, we are now left with a small remnant of these forest giants, which once grew as far south as Invercargill and now only found in the Kaimai Ranges, Coromandel, parts of Waikato, Auckland and in the far north. There, however, is a kauri tree project happening in the South Island currently at Taieri Beach in Otago. This project is expected to include more than 18,000 kauri trees by 2026. It's pretty exciting to know that they are being reintroduced there in a protected area for future generations to enjoy. Intensive milling and forest destruction throughout the late 1800s to the 1920s for timber and to clear land for farming and gum digging decimated the originally rich forest cover of northern New Zealand. These trees once grew from the mountains to the sea, and now approximately 7,455 hectares remain in scattered fragments. The consequences of not addressing this problem will be the loss of these last great giants, their rich and unique biodiversity, and one of the key trees to breathe life into the people of Aotearoa. I have to say that one of my favourite things to look at in a forest is a fallen tree. The diverse amount of life that comes from death is incredible. A sacrificial tree just, becomes this environment for which so many others can grow and live. It's truly incredible. Where's Was? Walking on a kauri. Man, we've just been wandering around this Kauri Park and it's been ages since we've been here and there are so many dead kauris. It's unbelievable. It's actually very, very sad to see them just like losing their bark and just becoming skeletons. Super sad. Thanks so much for joining me on this little adventure. I hope that you enjoyed it and potentially learned something from it. Until next time, stay safe and adventure well. And a massive shout out to all the dock workers and volunteers who go in and help out with these restoration track projects. There's been a lot of tracks that have closed down for very extended periods. In order for the tracks to be upgraded, a lot of boardwalks and things have been put in and reopened so that people can still enjoy these beautiful trails and experience these things. So yeah, massive shout out to DOC, which is, for those that don't know, the Department of Conservation here in New Zealand.